She's lived here all her life. A simple hamlet in rural China, where people are poor and opportunities are scarce. From her
Oh my god, this guy's a mobility scooter. What the flip? This guy's living the flipping high life, man. HowToCameron. HowToCameron. So a lot of people complain about A-levels and GCSEs being difficult, but when you actually compare it to the education system in, for example, Germany, Japan, China, you actually realise that in the UK we have it quite well off, not gonna lie. Now obviously the title is clickbait. I'm actually doing really well at my A-levels. I had parents' evening today and it went great. So don't take the title seriously, flipping it. Cameron needs views, please understand. But today I'm going to be reacting to two videos that I saw on YouTube. This video is titled Pakistani Boy Breaks World Record, Achieves 23 A-Levels. And also I'm going to be watching a video titled China's Exams, The Extreme A-Levels. Smash like everybody right now and subscribe to the channel if you're new today. This is a flipping high quality video, clearly. Oh my god, why is this in such low resolution? Like seriously, 144p? Are you taking the flipping rip? Wow, this is a great video.
Good morning to you. Why on earth did you do 23 A-levels?
Okay, so this person did 23 A-levels. That's literally the story. Why did I pause it there? I don't know. I literally read out the title earlier.
You'd be surprised how many times I get asked that, but
That's why you're here.
Not really. I don't know why anyone would be surprised. Why lots of people ask you why you would do 23 A-levels, because this is the thing, right? The reason why a lot of people would ask is because getting 23 A-levels is completely over the top. You get A-levels to be able to go on to university. If you were to get 23 A-levels, that wouldn't be as valuable as getting a degree. One degree. I'm not even joking. Which sounds ridiculous, saying obviously it would require a lot more time to do 23 A-levels. But pretty much the main point of A-levels is it's a building block for your future education. If you have A-levels and you don't do a degree, they are useful. But if you have 23, like, I think it'd be seen as a negative. I think an employer would be like, okay, this guy's got 23 A-levels yet doesn't have a degree. What the flip? If he was trying to go to university, which he probably is, actually he is, he's trying to win a place at Cambridge. Wow, 23 A-levels, that's clearly not over the top to get into Cambridge. God dang it. It's a bit weird for doing 23 A-levels. Like, it just seems pointless. It seems like a waste of time.
well, I'll start off like with 7. As I said, most people back home tend to do 5 or 6.
When you say back home?
Pakistan.
Yeah.
I'm from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Well, so normally people in Pakistan allegedly do 5 or 6 A-levels. I can assure you that the actual qualifications that they gain are not equivalent to A-levels. They're probably easier. That's why they do more, because Pakistan don't have that hard of an education system. I don't think the Pakistan education system is that cruel. Like, I don't know why the education system would make an average person do double the amount of A-levels to someone in the UK. So I think he's just talking a bit out of his ass here, but okay.
And then it just went on from there, and in November I said, well, let's do 3 more and 10, and then...
Is that because you were interested in the subjects, or did you think that getting a lot of A-levels was going to give you a better fighting chance of getting into the university you wanted to get into?
No, Cambridge is quite good. They only want your 3 solid A-levels. They don't really care about all the extras.
That's just depressing as hell. I think that proves intelligence. Like, I don't know why you'd invest so much time into getting, you know, 20 excess qualifications when you don't have to. Like, that just seems like a waste of time. An intelligent person would not do that. And I'm not saying do the bare minimum, but why would you do so many? Like, that seems so ridiculous. And I don't get how he can just do A-levels. Does he think that printing out certificates with your home printer is getting A-level qualifications? Because I feel like that is what he thinks it is. I'm joking, obviously. But seriously, how is he able to do so many A-levels? Like, for me, I could only ever do 3 A-levels unless I did further maths. And then I would technically do 4. But 2 of the A-levels would be maths and further maths. Our sixth form isn't very good for this. You couldn't choose to do 4 A-levels. Admittedly, I probably wouldn't choose to do 4 A-levels. I mean, I might. I don't know. I'd have to seriously consider it. But there's a reason why we can only do 3. It's not because, you know, our school's crap and because, you know, students are crap. It's because that's the right amount of A-levels to do. If you do 4, you either have to work stupidly hard on all 4 of them, and if you do well, kudos to you. It's very easy with 4 A-levels to slump. It's very easy to do worse on average because you're having to spread your time into more fields. And on top of that, having 4 A-levels as opposed to 3 when it comes to applying to a university, which is what most people do with their A-levels, it doesn't really yield that good of an advantage. As he said himself, Cambridge, they want 3 solid A-levels. They're not bothered about goddamn 4 or 5 or 23.
I didn't even tell them about 14 of my subjects. They just found out, like...
You were kind of embarrassed about that, were you?
I know, I wasn't embarrassed, but I...
Oh my god, what a terrible presenter. You were kind of embarrassed about that, weren't you? Wait, did you say weren't you? Seriously?
I know, I wasn't embarrassed, found out, like...
You were kind of embarrassed about that, were you?
I know, I wasn't embarrassed.
I don't know if she said weren't or were. If she said were, you were kind of embarrassed about that, were you? Why would you be embarrassed? That doesn't make any sense. I think she's been a little bit condescending. Is that goddamn Susanna Reid? I just realised. Flippin' heck.
I had already gotten my offer. I thought it was relevant to let them know.
So 23 A-levels in itself is a hell of an achievement, but what grades did you get? Not that I'm being picky, but...
Okay, I had 21 A's,
Wait.
and a B and a C.
No A stars? Seriously? Could you not get A stars back then? Why didn't he get any A stars? That's really surprising. You know, you do 23 A levels, you can't get 1 A star. Why wouldn't you just focus on, say, 10 A levels and get A star in all of them? Like, I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
Look at that dismay in
I felt like what I just said was very snide.
Yes,
I didn't mean it like that.
Out of curiosity.
Journal for the Mathematics.
Don't refer to mathematics. What did you get a bad grade in? He says in the most ashamed tone ever. Don't refer to mathematics.
General Further Mathematics.
Oh, you sound a sheepish
General.
about it.
Why is it general? Is that seriously a subject title? General Further Mathematics? Like, he calls it mathematics as well. I feel like this guy is very much trying to come across as smarter. Like, I feel like he's going out of his way to sound smarter, i.e. calling the qualification by its formal notation. Why wouldn't you just say further maths? Like, I don't know why. What's the difference between general further mathematics to say further maths? I don't get it. Like, literally, there's no websites that say general. Like, yeah, there isn't any. I mean, yeah, he probably did it a while ago, but like, he's literally using the formal title of the qualification. I feel like he's trying to sound smart, which he already is. He already has 23 A levels. Why would you want to sound even smarter, you know?
No, I'm quite pleased. I wasn't expecting 21 by any standards, though. It was quite a surprise because the exams themselves were quite enduring because I had to go there early in the morning at 8 and sometimes would come up at 9 at night out of the examination hall. So that was the bigger challenge rather than preparing for the subjects, was actually giving the papers.
What? This guy is honestly saying that the hardest part of his exams was doing the exam. Do I come from a different planet? I'm literally the complete opposite. The exam itself is the easiest part of the A level because when you're doing the exam, you know, you're not doing that much work thinking about it. Like, okay, that sounds flipping stupid, but you know what I mean? Like, when you're revising, it's much tougher. You're actually having to put more and more effort in. I feel like when you're in the exam, you know, you're kind of happy, you've got the adrenaline flow and everything's going great. I feel like that's easier to do than actually just do mindless revision, which is how I used to see it very much.
Now, you know, can anyone...
But it was annoying how he was kind of commenting on how, you know, it was hard for him to complete the exams because they started off early and finished late, not because the content was hard. I think this guy's just being a bit of a cock, really. I don't like this guy, I'm not gonna lie. He seems like that type of guy who is smart, but goes out of his way to prove that he's smart. This guy. No, I'm joking. But seriously, he does. Like, it's ridiculous.
Be honest. Are you super bright?
I'm being completely honest. I'm sure anyone can do it. I didn't used to be a very good student back home.
You know what? There is a good moral to this video. If you were kind of a bad student, you can still become a goddamn loser. Once you get into the double digits, like, you're just wasting your time. And that proves stupidity, you know? Like, they're literally pointless. I feel like he's doing this just for praise, you know, which is pathetic in my opinion.
I was pretty bad before my O-levels, to be honest. And even below average. So, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Can I just check how many O-levels you got?
He's just being humble right now,
Oh, okay,
which
so
I can
that was fairly
respect.
routine,
Yes, that was fairly routine, yes. And then it went, whoa.
Oh, it's a fascinating story.
Do you want to just, I mean, we can't go through the whole 21, but what did you do for A-levels beyond what people might expect? What are the more unusual A-levels that you did?
I did Urdu literature.
You know, this is depressing. I just realised at our sixth form, I don't even think they offer 23 different A-levels. China's exams, the extreme A-levels. You guys feel bad about you struggling through your A-levels? Well, let's watch this video together to make you guys feel bad.
Spare a thought for China's teenagers, 9 million of whom have just sat the universal and universally dreaded Gaokao University entrance test.
Gaokao. Flippin' heck. It rhymes with Mao. You know, it's China.
It's described as the world's toughest exam and can make the difference between a life lived in poverty and a brighter future.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? A lot of people in this country make it out like the education system is completely flawed, but it's not. You can do bad in your GCSEs. You can still go to college most of the time. You can still get an apprenticeship. You can still get a job. I feel like the education system in this country is amazing. If you fail an exam, one exam for example, that's not the end of your life. You just did bad in one subject. I feel like with this subject, with China, this is a universal test, right? So you have to be good at a lot of things to get a good grade. With GCSEs, it's specific to each subject. So if you screw up at maths, you know, you can still get good grades.
Dasha says her dream has died and her mother blames herself.
Sometimes she asked me for help with her schoolwork, but I had to tell her, I never went to school. I have no ability. I am totally useless. I wasn't any help at all.
This is actually really sad. I honestly feel kind of annoyed at a lot of people now because I feel like people take the UK education system for granted, you know, and there are flaws with it. At the end of the day, it's much better than, say, China. And I'm very surprised that I'm making this video because I always hear in, like, assemblies, oh, yeah, you guys are all lucky to be here. And I was always like, oh, yeah, whatever, who cares? But actually, just taking a look, though, at that video, like, out of my choice, actually made me feel kind of, like, lucky. I feel kind of motivated to do well because I feel like I'm in a good position. You know, I feel like I'm in a lucky position. And a lot of you guys are, too. Unless you failed all your exams and you've got nothing to do with your life, and then you're just watching this video chronically depressed. But anyway, guys, you guys can smash subscribe. That was such a bad segue. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope this was knowledgeable for you. And let's smash bang 120 likes today. Thank you very much. I don't even think we'll be able to hit it. I don't care though.